Hello, so today I'm going to be talking you through structural features. So this is paper 1 question 3 and I'm going to just be looking at terminology today. So this is my acrostic that I use. It's a little bit rubbish, but it's the best that I could manage with the letters that I had. So start, setting, transitions, omniscient narrator, perspective, flashback and forwards, focus, ending and zoom in and out. So some of these are pretty self-explanatory. So for example, start and ending, so that's just what's going on in the text, what's our focus in those parts. Setting, what we're being told about it, why we're being told about it, what's the position of it in the text. Transition, so this could be moving from large chunks of the text to another. So if you were looking at a book, that could be chapter to chapter. But for your exam, you'll only be looking at sort of no more than a side and a half of A4. So we'll probably be looking more at the transitions between paragraphs. Omniscient narrator, so omni means all in Latin and scio means to know or to learn in Latin. So omniscient, for those of you who've done RE and have done this sort of terminology, I'm sure you already know, means all knowing. So this is a narrator that knows everything that's going on. Perspective, so whose perspective is it from? Is it from first person or third person first of all? So if it is first person, then how does that person's perspective influence the text? What can we learn from it? If it's third, is it third person looking over a scene? Is it over a particular character's shoulder? So for example, the Harry Potter series, it's third person, but we are looking over Harry's shoulder and we are making the mistakes that he is making as the reader. So, flashback and flash forwards, pretty straightforward. Are we taking a jump back in time or a jump forward in time? Why do we think this happens? Usually we'd see more flashback than flash forwards because they're easier to do, and they usually give a bit of background information in the plot as to why something is important. Focus, so what are we being told to look at here? What are we reading about? Ending, which I've already gone over, and zoom in and out. So are we being given specific details of something, or are we looking at sort of the wider picture? And then we have to question ourselves, if so, and why. So there's also some other things that don't fit into this, which we could also talk about. So repetition. So this would be repetition of ideas or words. However, if we are looking at repetition of words, it needs to be words that are going on and being repeated, or phrases that are being repeated throughout the text. So not just in a single paragraph, they need to be consistent throughout, otherwise that wouldn't be a structure point, that would be a language point, which would be confusing with our question 2. Repetition, so this could be the idea, this is an idea that is being repeated throughout and being returned to. Cyclical, this is where we start and end in the same place. So for example, Blood Brothers, we start with the twins dead on the stage, and then we whiz all the way back to when their mother found out she was pregnant with them, and then we go through the story all the way round to when they are back dead on the stage again. Pace, so how quickly or slowly something is happening. Tension, so are we feeling tense? Is something going to happen? Is it good? Is it bad? And why is that happening? Why is that important for the reader? Tone and mood, so have we got something that's happy, that's sad, that has a sense of danger to it, that has a sense of excitement, something along those lines. So that's a brief sum up of a variety of different structural features that you may come across in your exam and use.